Hey guys, good morning. Hope you're doing well. I titled this, How Do I Get Started? And I want to talk to you just a little bit about the foundations of your business or maybe even personal. Years ago, you guys know that I was in the construction business for about 10 years. David Patton and I were partners. David owns David Patton Construction now in Hendersonville, Tennessee. And I want to give a little shout out to him first of all. He's an amazing contractor. He's an amazing man. And if you live in the local area, man, you need to contact David Patton at David Patton Construction. But I want to tell you a little story that kind of illustrates what I'm talking about how important it is to pay attention to the beginning. David and I were going to build a parade of homes in the Hunt Club in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This was in 2006. We bought a lot and we started to build the foundation. We started digging the footing, and David called me one day and he said, "Hey, come out from the office. I want to talk to you about something." So I got out there and looked, and he said, "This is unstable soil." And I said, "Okay, explain that to me a little bit." He said, "Well, it's fill." He said, "It's where they cleared the land and they compacted the soil in this area with the debris, and it's fill." So I said, "Well, what does that mean? What do we got to do?" And he said, "We're going to have to dig further and it's going to cost more, and I wanted to alert you because the budget is going to be radically different than what we had allocated to build this house." So he started digging and he dug further and further, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be unbelievable. I said, "David, can't we just dig a little deeper and pour a thicker footing?" He said, "No, it won't work. We've got to get down to solid rock, or we've got to get down to clay." And he said, "This is still fill." Well, I don't remember exactly, but it was feet that he had to dig. Then he had to excavate the entire lot where the house was going to sit. To make a long story short, he finally got down to a place that was solid, and he had to go in and put flowable fill. It's kind of a cement material. And then he had to bring soil in and he had to compact it. It's called lifts, and they had to put it in 1-foot lifts. At the end of the day, I say all this to say one thing. I was kind of arguing the point that maybe that we didn't have to go to that extreme, but David, being the craftsman that he is, knew that later we were going to have problems if he didn't do the footing properly. Well, it cost us $45,000 extra to do this parade of homes. A guy named Tony Crick ended up buying the house. He owns an unbelievable company called Pro Graphics in downtown Nashville, and this is a little shout out to Tony. If you guys want an amazing guy to do all your graphic work, Pro Graphics is the place. But Tony bought the house, paid a lot of money for this house because it's a beautiful, beautiful home. Well, my point in telling you the story is, now here we are 11 years later. He's had zero problems in that house with cracks. There's houses all through that area that we see truck after truck after truck digging out around the foundation, trying to jack it up, trying to make it solid again because there's cracks in the houses, the doors won't shut properly, because a lot of the contractors didn't take the precautions that David did. Well, my point in telling you this story is that we've got to do our personal lives that way. We've got to do our business lives that way. We've got to do it properly in the beginning, or we're going to have cracks, if you will, in your house later on if you don't properly dig the right footing, go to the expense, go to the time, the trouble, and the efforts to do your life and business properly. Now, I've got 38 years of business experience, and let me just be the first to tell you, there are no shortcuts. If you think there's a shortcut, you're badly mistaken. You're going to have a crack in your wall 11 years from now if you don't do it properly. I talked to Max Finn yesterday. Max is a digital marketer, and we were talking through a project, and he said, "You know, the truth is, the problem with most people, they get in too big a hurry. They try to circumvent the system. They try shortcuts, and later on, they make a little bit of money, but they've got huge repercussions as a result of not doing it properly." My question to you today is how are you circumventing the system? Are you in too big of a hurry? Do you want results like immediately? Guys, we got to slow down, right? There's no barns burning down. We got to take our time. We've got to implement the strategies properly. We've got to dig down to solid ground and put the flowable fill that's necessary to build a proper footing and foundation that is going to support you for years to come. A lot of guys will get a brand new iPhone or a brand new camera. First thing they do is take it out of the box and try to take pictures with it. You need to read the instruction manual. You need to do the things necessary to get the greatest benefit out of whatever we're doing. It's the same way in business. So my encouragement to you today, slow down just a little bit. Put in the proper footing. Put in the proper foundations. Put the systems and the processes around you that you need in order to sustain a business long term. Scott Beebe owns My Business on Purpose, and he helps people work through their mission, their vision, their values. He helps you implement those strategies that are necessary to sustain your business long term, that you've got a business, not just make a little bit of money. That feels good. We all like to make a little bit of money. But my encouragement to you today, take the time to slow down to get down to that place that you need to build a sustainable business. Well, I just thought about it this morning, wanted to reach out and tell you guys to slow down. It's going to be okay. Have a great day. I'm Big A. I'm actually coming to you live from my house. You know, we named our place Whispering Pines. We've got pine trees. I'll just show you at the end of our driveway. Have you named your house? If you have, put it in the chat box. I'd like to see what you named it. Our last house was called Safe Haven. And I want you guys maybe to have some fun and reach out today and tell me what you've named your place. Hey, Big A, coming to you live from Whispering Pines. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you.